And then this other guy, he said he had a situation where he wanted a couple of dates with these women, and they're complaining about how much he's texting them in terms of not texting them much at all, which I advise you guys to do. So he says, hey, I was wondering if you could answer this question or make a video about it. Girl A sent this text to me after our second date, and I'm not sure if I should text her more, like she's asking. Girl B, I've had one date with, and I noticed after she didn't hear from me for 3 hours, she was checking in to make sure I was okay. Not sure if I should give in to texting them like they want me to or stick with just one date per week each. So for the first girl, here's the text. He said the text said, she sent him a text saying, do you think you could get better at texting? I know you said you're not good at it, but I feel like if you like me ish, you should maybe try. I don't know. His response was, I can try, LOL, but I'm more of an in-person dude, which I thought was a great response. And she said, that's understandable. I just overthink. So then I overthink that you're not interested when you text like that. And so this is an example of what happens when you apply patience to your dating game, is that women will start to be the ones that are unsure if you like them, versus the other way when you're trying to over text them, over call them, over invite them out, and they know beyond a shadow of a doubt that you're ready to give them the world, and it starts to freak them out, right? Now, what I said to this guy, though, I said, because with this other situation where he's like, the girl texts after 3 hours and checked to make sure that he was okay. And he's now worried about, well, does this mean I should text them more, or should I text them more than like they want me to, or just keep sticking to like only texting once, twice a week? So first of all, what I tell you is this, is that the reason you're waiting between dates to text them is to get a better gauge on where their interest is. So for example, let's say after the first date, you wait 4 or 5 days before you text them to ask them out on a date, right? And they say yes to the date. So, okay, there was like 65, 70% interest there because she didn't try to contact you during the week, but she still said yes to the date. You go on that second date, you give a good night kiss, you hook up or whatever, and then you put it in your head to wait another 4 to 5 days before you call her or text her again. Well, what will happen is, let's say you're waiting that 4 or 5 days. During that time frame, you hear from her after like day 2, like, hey, just want to let you know I had a good time on that date again. I hope I get to see you some more. So now what's happened is that her interest is now increased to like 75 or 80% because she had a really good time on those 2 dates. She's probably been out with these other guys that haven't shown her nearly as good of a time. But more importantly, those other guys that she's gone out with have been bombarding her phone with texts and calls, and she's feeling pressured from them, but not from you. And so therefore, you're the one that she's thinking about. And so what will happen, what I find is this. As you become a more patient dater, you're going to get more messages like this. You're going to get more messages where women are saying, hey, so do you think you could text me more? I'm not sure if you like me when you don't text me, because they're used to using guys texting them as a barometer to see if the guy's interested or not. But if you'll notice, she's not dating those guys anymore because texting too much and calling too much is a turnoff, no matter how much women try to deny that it is not. And so as you're more patient with your dating game, you'll start to have women will be like, I'm not too sure if he likes me or not. Or you'll be on a date and they'll be like, so like, are you seeing anybody else? So I just kind of want to know where your head's at. Like, do you really like me? Do you care for me? Because I'm not sure. By the way, they ask this in spite of the fact that you're spending your time, effort, and energy with them when you could be spending it with other people. But that's how women engage. It's like, if they're not actively hearing from you or feeling that they're getting enough words from you that indicate that you like them, then despite all your actions, and by the way, you want to be showing your like through actions in part because it allows women to, on some subconscious level, recognize that you're putting in effort, so you probably like them. But when you're not verbalizing it, they're still like, but I don't know at what level. And it's that part. It's the part where they don't know the level of like that you have that's going to keep them engaged and keep them wanting to like try to work for your interest. Okay. And so when women bring this up, what the mistake you don't want to make is be like, well, she said she wants me to text her more, so I'm going to text her more because I need her to really know that I like her and feel better about this whole thing. No. You ain't got to do that. No, because this is also what I call a subconscious crap test. Okay. A subconscious crap test is where women will say or do things that, unbeknownst to them in the moment, they're not trying to test you, but depending on what your response is, it now turns into a test. So for example, with this, right? She says, hey, I wish you would text me more. Well, in the moment, that's not a test. But at the point you say, oh, I'm so sorry, princess, I'm going to text you more. Now in her head, it's like, wait, so I just asked him to do some stuff and he just does it off the bat. Interesting. I wonder if he's one of those guys that's like a doormat to walk over. You know what? I'm going to make some other requests, some of which are going to be kind of ridiculous, and see just how he responds to it. And so she'll request something else ridiculous, and you'll acquiesce to it. And then by like that third or fourth thing, she's like, okay, clearly this guy's a guy I can walk all over. I got him under the palm of my hand. He's pretty easy, and I'm out. And you're sitting there like, what's going on? I did what she wanted. I was texting more. I was being more there for her. I was getting her gifts like she wanted me to. And now she's not dating me anymore. What the heck's going on? And so when women give you this test of, I need you to text me more, or call me more, this guy, in my opinion, responded perfectly. I can try, but I'm more of an in-person dude. The other ways you can respond, again, you want to treat this is a good barometer for you to know that she likes you a lot, but this is also a time for you to be playful with your responses, because you can say stuff like, oh, we've only been out a couple times and you're already like obsessed with me. Oh, whoa, slow this down. Whoa, don't try to put a ring on me right away, LOL. Or you can say stuff like, well, I was going to try to plan our next date, but if you'd rather be like texting pen pals, that's cool also, LOL. Like, the point is, when she's making the request, women are going to always look at you to lead the relationship and lead the emotions and feelings of how this is supposed to go in terms of the interactions, right? So how you respond to this is going to determine how she feels about it. So look at this guy. He said, I can try, but I'm more of an in-person dude. He said, LOL. So at that point, she says, oh, I guess that's understandable. So he passed. He didn't fall for her emotions and what they could potentially mean. He just looked at it like, well, you want me to text more? I mean, that's great, but that's not really what I do. And she went along with this program. Okay, I totally get it. I just want to make sure that you still like me. And that's really why women are requesting this, because they're saying they want you to text more. But what they actually mean is, I don't know where his like for me is, and I just want to make sure that I'm still in his roster potentially of women that he's trying to choose for. Okay. And that's a great place to be. You want women feeling that they don't all the way have you, like they partially have you, because it's early in the dating process. So she logically on some level knows that she shouldn't have all your attention just yet, but she doesn't want it to be completely gone. And so they'll make these kind of requests sometimes, thinking that, if you start texting more, then they'll feel validated in your like for them. But oftentimes women aren't aware that the things they're requesting could actually cause them to be turned off. And so you as the guy have to know that requests like this can actually turn them off if you acquiesce to them. Because as I've said in this program many times, texting kills attraction. You use texting specifically to set up dates. Also, if women so let's say go back to like the example of like, you wait in between dates to contact her, right? At the point that she reaches out to you, then it's totally fine to respond back to her, to even have a little bit of banter, but you don't want to do it for too long. So she hits you up saying, hey, handsome, just wanted to see how your day's going. You can text back, oh, hey, beautiful, it's going fine. I'm just, out here working, doing whatever. How's your day going? She responds back, oh, I'm doing good. Just, wanted to hear from you because I've really been thinking about you and blah, 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 blah. At which point you now go into planning the next date. Oh, that's great. I'm so glad to hear from you. Hey, you know what? I got a free day on Tuesday and Thursday at this time. Let me know if you're free. Because again, all she wants to know is that she's still in the running for your affection. That's why she's saying she wants you to text more. But what she really wants to know is when she's going to see you again and have an interaction with you again. And in-person interactions are the best ones to have, not this texting crap, okay? So don't think you have to bend to a woman's will when she says, I wish you would text me more, especially in that first 3 months of dating. Now, when you're in a relationship, that's different. At that point, you got her, you guys are dating, you have solidified titles. And if she texts you a bit more and you text her back, fantastic. But even then, you as a guy should only be like initiating like 30% of texting. She should be initiating the texting situation 70% of the time, because it's going to be better for her to overtext you than for you to overtext her, because it's going to always feel like it's too much. And it just gives this needy vibe that just women don't gel with, regardless of how often they say, you should text me a lot more. All right.
Thanks for listening to the Introvert Dating Success Podcast. Visit us at introvertdatingsuccess.com for more great tips on attracting women using your natural introvert charm. Oh, yeah.